Back in the studio we are, and we have been cashing bets, winning money. If you guys are following me, you would see we're doing nothing but winning. If you guys are not already subscribed to my picks, what are you doing? I do this for a living. I sports bet for a living, and you can do the same. Follow my lead. Welcome back to another episode of the Zack Smackz Show. We got Wild Card Weekend coming up, and we're fired up. Are you guys excited or what?
Uber excited.
Very excited. Just excited for sports in general.
Week 18 NFL, a lot of games meant nothing. A lot of teams showed up. A lot of teams crapped the bed. Houston Texans with a crazy win at the end there to almost cover the spread was crazy. And then, of course, the Buccaneers not getting in by the Falcons winning that game. And then on top of last night, we had that crazy 44-yard miss by Tyler Loop, which was just incredible. I mean, the Ravens have gotten screwed every year. It's crazy. If you guys want to touch on that a little bit, that game, do you guys get a chance to watch that?
I got to tell you, it's some exciting football has been happening late in the season, and last night's game with the Ravens and the Steelers was unbelievable.
It's crazy. Car, you got a chance to watch that game?
So I will be honest with you. I actually ended up falling asleep at halftime.
No.
And then at about 3 o'clock in the morning, I was like, let me go ahead and check the score. I had to go pee, and so I checked the score, and I couldn't believe it. After I said that the Steelers they'd be lucky enough to win 10 games, obviously they ended up winning 10 games total. But honestly, just to see that outcome, I mean, I wanted to ask you, is that on Lamar?
I don't think you could throw it on Lamar. I mean, I think the whole season for the Ravens was absolutely trash. I mean, I think that he just couldn't stay healthy this year with the back injuries and that whole team. Kyle Hamilton obviously getting hurt during that game didn't help. And then obviously you're putting a rookie kicker on an away game in freezing weather to bang that field goal. 44 yards should be a no-brainer. Didn't come through. Obviously said that he knew it wasn't good right when it left his foot.
Yeah, actually, Lamar played great. I mean, there was nothing wrong with Lamar's game last night.
I mean, we got to end the Lamar Jackson can't win big games. That whole concept of Lamar just can't win big games. If you look at the past, 2023, Zay Flowers fumbles versus the Chiefs. You look in 24, Mark Andrews dropped the ball against the Bills. And then in 2025, obviously last night, Tyler Loop misses the field goal against the Steelers. So
bad luck.
Like you can't continue to put things on Lamar because I think that guy carries the team. I think without Lamar, that team isn't that relevant. You look at the wide receivers that Lamar's been given. Obviously, Mark Andrews is a stud, but I just don't think that Lamar has had that much help. And he has a great coach, but at the end of the day, get Lamar some help. I wanted to ask you, Zach, what does his future look like with Baltimore?
I think that he's going to be good. He signed a big-ass deal over there. So, I think that he's going to be fine. And I think that they would be super foolish to get rid of their franchise quarterback, who some could say is, already put himself in the conversation of greats, what he's able to do in terms of rushing. And, he's gotten a lot better over the years at passing. Last night, 11 completions for 238 yards. Who's doing that?
Solid.
11 completions.
He was not the problem last night. He's not the problem in the future of the Ravens. The problem in the future with that team is maybe Harbaugh. He's just not winning the games.
So he's not safe.
He's safe because listen, if they agree and it would also be on him, but if he agrees and the Ravens agree that he needs to go, he will be hired in a heartbeat.
He'd be the top candidate.
Yeah, he would be
the top.
Top candidate.
But I don't love him. I'm honestly going to tell you, I don't love him.
Well, we got a segment coming up for that in just a little bit.
Sure.
But obviously, you see what I got on. You see what Kahari's got on. And we got Blue to rep the Miami Dolphins over here. What another disappointing season for us. That's why we brought my dad on today. We talked with him preseason. He kind of called this. He had a very nice parlay that he bet the Dolphins under win total and won $3,600 on $50. So the whole family is sports bettors. This is what we do. We win lotto tickets and we win all the way around. But it was great.
72 to 1 shot on the 7-legger.
Crazy. I already got paid out before the season ended.
Right away.
But yeah, let's just touch on the Dolphins season. Another disappointing year for us. Unfortunately, no playoffs, no playoff wins. So we'll take this out to 26 years after this season. And next year's not looking too promising. We got the second hardest schedule in the NFL, and we got uncertainty at the quarterback position. So wanted you guys to touch a little bit on our season and reflect on the highlights, the lowlights, and anything that you may feel that I missed.
It's what I said in the beginning of the year. It's Tua. He's not the guy. Never has been the guy. And They got some work cut out for them. They got to find a quarterback. I'm not sure if Ewers is the answer either, but I mean they got to keep trying and get there. But they got a lot of things to work out. They got to work out a GM issue. They got to decide whether McDaniel's the future. And the funny thing is, there is a lot of talent there. You could see the talent on that team, but I think at the end of the day, the quarterback is gold, and if you find the right guy, you're good. And if you don't have the right guy, you're not good.
No, I totally agree. I think you saw some spurts yesterday of Quinn Ewers as far as I just liked his poise in the pocket. Just the way that he steps up in the pocket. He looks like he's able to extend plays. He looks like he's able to scramble and get you first downs. And it looks like Zack and I were talking yesterday at the Panthers game. We were watching it on our phones, but he just looks very calm when it comes to getting to his wide receivers. You're not like gasping, like holding your breath, like, is it going to be thrown in a triple coverage? Is it going to get to the wide receiver? Like he's making plays happen. I think, unfortunately, he had that one in the red zone where he threw that interception.
That changed the whole game.
And that did. I mean, you had the opportunity to tie the game 17-17, but unfortunately, I mean, I did think yesterday that was like his, what would you call that? Like his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Coming out?
Not coming out game, but
That's
just like his tryout game, pretty much in a sense. I think he
Big
was
game on the road.
I think he was auditioning. It's a cold game against the Patriots, who are already obviously locked in at that number 1 seed, and as far as our division goes, the AFC. But I mean, I would say that definitely I do think he'll be competing for that spot. I don't think that it's a definite that Quinn Ewers just gets that starting position. So
Agreed.
We'll see what happens.
Agreed, Kari. And you saw what McDaniel said today about obviously they're going to be some competition for that quarterback spot. I would really like to see them bring in Malik Willis. I think Malik Willis has really earned himself a starting role this year. I think he's going to get paid Justin Fields money, what Justin Fields got paid from the Jets, $25-30 million a year. And I think Malik Willis has really solidified himself as a starting quarterback. I mean, what he can do on the field in terms of running and being able to throw the ball, what he did against who was that on Sunday Night Football? Was that the Packers versus the Vikings or against the Steelers? I'm sorry. I forgot who it was against, but he absolutely balled out, and I think that he deserves a shot to be our starter next year.
I think you got to keep trying, and at the end of the day, a lot of these quarterbacks, it does take a while. Even look at Trevor Lawrence. He's finally having that breakout season that you were looking for. And sometimes, even as great as some players are touted, it takes 3, 4, 5 years. It's not always instant success. It's not the days of Dan Marino stepping on the field and all of a sudden, lighting up the scoreboard. So a lot of times it takes a lot of patience, and you're going to have to go through that process. And Quinn Ewers, maybe in 3 to 4 years, who knows? He could be. These are good chances for them to evaluate that guy and see maybe he might be that long-term guy down the road. Who knows?
Well, you do have a few exception quarterbacks, obviously, that aren't drafted first round. But if you look at some of these past first-round quarterbacks that were drafted in that round, was Bo Nix, Josh Allen, Love, Justin Herbert, Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, Sam Darnold, Matthew Stafford, Aaron Rodgers. These are first-round picks. And honestly, it just looks like we didn't get that lucky with our first-round pick back in 2020, unfortunately. As much as I love him, and I know like you guys feel differently, but we just didn't get lucky. We didn't hit the nail on the head, and unfortunately, we're paying for our dues right now.
Yeah. I mean, you could say that about a lot of teams, though, Kari. I mean, you could say that about all the guys that got picked in the first round that didn't end up doing well or are now on another team. Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Josh Rosen played for 2 years, never played again. I mean, there's many quarterbacks that were picked in the first round that, sometimes flourish on another team. I've told you before that I think that Tua won't be successful on another team. I just don't think that he has the confidence to become successful. I think that he thought himself he was the best. I mean, you could say this about any professional athlete, right? Sure. They're the best in high school. They're absolutely the best in college. And then they're supposed to go to the NFL and be the best. I think his confidence is completely diminished over the past couple years. And like you said, dude, he panics in the pocket. Like you feel like shit. Like, is he gonna hit this receiver? Is he gonna throw an interception? You can't say the same about Quinn Ewers in these 3 games we watched him play.
Boys.
You feel confident with him throwing that ball over the middle of the field.
Right.
And if he misses, it's normally long, and that's it. It's not an interception.
Because he has an arm.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's the difference. So it's not just the arm. He has. You guys noticed. You guys pointed out that he has some escapability.
Yeah, he doesn't like to do it, but he does it.
But I understand. But my point is that one of the limitations with someone like Tua, and we've discussed this before, he's not big, strong, or fast enough to extend plays, and that's why he panics, because he knows he can't get out of that situation. So I've been saying this. I don't believe in him. I wanted to draft him. My dog's named Tua, but he's just not that guy. He'll make a good backup, or he'll be a starter on a very bad team. That's the best that guy will ever get. Unlike other players who may ascend over time, such as Justin Herbert. Listen, Justin Herbert didn't light the world on fire right away, but now look at him. He's got the right coach, the right organization. He's got the right line. He's
that guy.
well.
I mean, you can't say much bad about that guy. That guy puts his body on the line every game.
He does do that. He does do
his
that.
body on the line. I mean, the guy must be in so much pain after every game.
Unbelievable.
I mean, just diving for every first down.
Has a surgery and comes back the next week.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
incredible. So before we get to the next point, I wanted to touch back on Malik Willis. It was against the Ravens. They ended up losing the game, but Malik Willis went 18 for 21, 288 and a touchdown, and ran in for 2 as well. Malik Willis deserves a starting job. I want to see him on the Miami Dolphins.
Why not?
Hey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for sure. I don't even know, because you mentioned Tua earlier. After he gets that extension, we sign him, we extend him, which I know you were against.
Show me the money, dumbass.
Which I know you were against. I mean, he comes out today and said, "Hey, like I'd be cool with a fresh start."
Of course he would be cool.
But what else? What else are you gonna say? Of course, he'd be okay with a fresh.
I'd be
start.
cool to do nothing ever again and get paid $190 million to sit on my couch and move into Indonesia and just do whatever the hell I want.
Well,
That's what I'd be cool with.
While we're on the Miami Dolphins, before we move forward, I just wanted to ask you guys. I'm going to give you guys 10 current active players on the Miami Dolphins. I want to know if you guys would like to release, sign to an extension, trade them. Let's go. You ready?
Do it. Go ahead.
First off, Rasul Douglas.
I want to see him back. He played really well.
I got to tell you, his name, I love when I hear guys, when I constantly see guys show up, like they're not disappearing, and he was definitely present.
So we're going to go with the extension, all right?
Yes.
Greg Dulcich.
Dude, I want to see him
what?
back. 3rd round
Why
pick
not?
from Denver. Guy balled out. Quinn Ewers' favorite
not?
target. Why not? Bring him back on a cheap deal.
With that being said, and another person in that position, Darren Waller said he does not mind coming back another year with the Miami Dolphins if he decides not to retire. So that's Greg Dulcich. We're going to go with extension. Bradley Chubb. Are we releasing, extending,
See ya.
or trading?
Peace.
But you know what,
Release.
though? I got to tell you, the only year that disappointed was the first year he came on. He was like, he wasn't present. Like, you never heard his
He's
name.
never that
But,
present.
well, no, I got to tell you, I've seen a lot of good things, but at the end, he's got to go eventually.
So Bradley
He's gotta-
Chubb.
He's an 8 sack guy.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all.
Bradley Chubb, we're
See
going
ya.
to go with release. Number 4 on my list is Jason Sanders. Release, extend.
Why
Kinda
keep
close.
him?
You know, Riley Patterson had the greatest season in Dolphins history as a kicker, percentage-wise.
Yeah.
He missed 2 field goals this whole year.
Yeah, he was solid.
Riley Patterson, absolutely.
All right, so
see
Jason
ya.
Sanders, we're going to release. Alec Ingold, fullback.
I'm done with him too.
Release. All right, let's move forward.
You guys know.
Tyrell Dotson, release, extend. Or,
Tyrell, it's funny. You definitely didn't watch the games this year.
wow.
But let me say something. I've seen a
crazy.
couple.
I gave up on him.
I've
That's
seen
crazy.
a couple people say that we should like release him
No.
on Twitter. It's like why?
Why?
The guy balled out. How many tackles do you have? This
What is he
year?
going to cost
120?
you? What is he going to cost
Probably
you?
not that much.
I keep Tyrell Dotson.
120 tackles this year.
Minka Fitzpatrick, release or trade?
I don't even want him. Trade him
Why?
because I don't want him. I don't think he fits the culture here.
What is our culture? Though?
I don't know what our culture is.
I mean,
don't know
that's
what
not
our
like me to
culture is.
say. You know me. I'm all happy-go-lucky. What is our culture? But okay. So Minka Fitzpatrick, I say we trade him. See what you can get as far as value
Yeah.
goes.
See ya.
Jack Jones.
I mean, when he plays really good receivers, he gets absolutely burned. But I mean, he's good against the entry-level teams, I guess.
Let him walk in free agency?
I mean, if he wants a big deal, yeah. See ya.
All right.
Find someone in the draft.
Your dad
Maybe we
hasn't
can-
watched a single game. He doesn't know any of the players I'm
I
naming.
gave up on him. I'm
He's-
sorry.
you are
I
very
gave up on him.
disappointing. Yeah.
I was rooting against him because I needed the 8.5 and under. That's it.
Next time, consult with me before we have Papa
Yes.
Smackz on
should.
because this is horrible. All right, last 2. Tyreek Hill. Release, keep, or trade?
Bye.
Release?
Bye.
Done.
All right.
And the funny, they need to draft a receiver in the first round or the second round.
I'd rather draft a young
but
receiver than have
get a
32-year-old.
Get a new one. I'm just done. There's just too much.
Cheetah out.
Too
Okay.
much drama.
And last but not least, we've already touched on this, but Tua Tagovailoa releasing, trading.
Bye.
Peace.
Can't extend him. You already extended him. So
I'm glad that you brought that up though, because that takes us to our next
I
segment.
know intentionally.
Talk.
So, because a lot of people like to talk, a lot of people don't know, the Zack Smackz crew has got you all the information you need so you don't have to look it up on Google or ChatGPT. So I'm going to read this out loud. Ethan, make me sound quick for a couple minutes. Number one, if the Dolphins keep Tua, the Miami is stuck with him in a cap sense due to his massive contract signed in July of 24, and it would hit for $56.4 million, okay? If they cut him post June 1st, they would save
After June 1st.
after June 1st, it would be about $31.8 million into 2027, okay? So a pre-June 1st trade would save $11.2 million on the 2026 cap, but would result in a significant $45.2 million dead cap hit. Post-June 1st would lower the dead cap hit in the first year to $13.4 million, okay? So obviously, post-June 1st would make the most sense if they were to release Tua, which they should, because I don't see anyone trading for that big deal with him.
So he will get picked up as a backup on a team.
Yeah, but not on that contract.
But no, they'll release him.
They'll have to release him.
You got to Russell Wilson him.
Yeah, you got to hit him. You got to hit
Russell
with the
Wilson
dead
him.
cap money. You got to I mean, as much as we're going to root for them every game, except for him, but we're going to root for the Dolphins every game, right? And this may just be a dead year.
Yeah,
That's just maybe a dead year.
they're in
We got the
cap hell.
second hardest schedule,
They're in
right?
cap hell.
We're
You
going to
gave us
ride with a
4
rookie.
wins.
I mean, I say 4 or 5 wins next year would probably be our number.
They're in cap hell for 2 years. That's what they are. Right now, with
Well, you
that
can
contract.
get away with it for a year. You can get away with it for a year because if you're terrible and you have a top 5 pick in the draft, you know, you could potentially get a really good quarterback if Quinn isn't your guy after next year. I think Quinn will play every game next year unless they're smart and get my boy Malik Willis. Save the season.
Hot take.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Tua's got to go. You're not winning with him.
Want to touch on that a little, Corey?
I mean, no. I mean, listen. I've come to see
Training
the light.
wheels are off.
The training wheels have been off. I've come to see the light. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't think necessarily that Tua is our future. It seems like we've already done that. Looks like what Mike McDaniel did was like, I want to save my job. So listen, I'm gonna cast him out into the wolves and listen, whatever makes me look better. Like, I mean, it kind of took too long towards the end of the season, but I think that Steelers game for me, like, really did it for me. When I see Tua out there dapping it up, laughing with Jalen Ramsey, who's supposed to be the ops, based on the way that relationship and that tenure ended, I was just very disappointed. I'm like, Tua, every time the camera comes to you when we're like losing games that we should be in, why does it look like you're happy? You're happy-go-lucky. And I know the answer you're going to say, Zach, is because you got paid. And I guess that maybe that's the answer. But I'm like, is the game not that important to you? You have the hard-working, paying fans that pay to come see you and that spend money on season tickets. And we're out there chopping it up with Jalen Ramsey. Ha, 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 ha. We're laughing, and it's like we're not happy.
And he was benched one day later.
We want to see our team win. And I don't know if that's what it took for the Miami Dolphins to be like, listen, you're out there hanging out and laughing with Jalen Ramsey, whose team is going to be in the postseason now.
After you put 6 points on the board.
You put 6 points on the board, and then he did throw it up to Darren Waller for 2 TDs,
I'm
right?
sorry. Well, I'm saying before that.
Darren Waller had 2 TDs at the end of that game, but to me, it was very disappointing. I don't know what it is, guys. I really don't know what it is. I still think, I mean, at the end of the day, the NFL is a business. I still like the guy personally. Has nothing to do with him as far as a person. Obviously, a football player, I'm disappointed because I vouched for you for so many years. I mean, hell, I've almost lost friendships because of Tua. Like, I would live and die by Tua Tagovailoa, just saying, like, that guy's our future. We're going to win with him, and not a playoff win to show for it. Not a playoff win, and now we're bringing back Mike McDaniel, which, I mean, maybe he has a spell on me, but I want to see what he can do with a different quarterback now that I know that we're keeping him. I wouldn't say long term, but he could lose his job based on like what Zach said, depending on how we start the year next year. I mean, if we go 0-4, I think Mike McDaniel is out of there, but he is involved when it comes to the GM search, just so you know, because you don't watch the Miami Dolphins or you don't have Twitter. But we'll see what happens.
The only danger with keeping him, and by the way, I'm a fan of Mike McDaniel. I don't like his press conference. I don't like how he communicates in front.
Annoying.
But he does know offense. He needs a quarterback, and he needs a quarterback.
So you're
And
agreeing with
that's it.
you're agreeing pretty much with what I said.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
I don't. But the problem with keeping keeping Mike McDaniel is if I'm a new GM, I need to start fresh.
Right. I've been saying
it never
that.
works.
I've been saying that.
It never.
You need your own regime.
Right. It never works piecemeal. You can't come in and do this,
No,
do that, and bring this guy in. You got to be the man. You're the GM. You're going to pick your coach. But I like Mike McDaniel. I think he's a bright offensive coordinator. That's what he is. He's right.
So we have a bunch of stuff to go over, but
Go.
I'm so happy because we haven't been in the studio in so long. I just keep things keep popping up in my head.
Football, bro.
I
Love
really.
football.
What do you guys think about Pete Carroll one and done? I mean, that was.
I mean,
what a
you
joke.
called that.
I
and
did. That was a joke hire.
You called that, but I also
joke.
too don't understand. Were there even high expectations with the Las Vegas Raiders?
I don't know.
So like, why do you fire a guy of that stature
Correct.
after 1 year? But why?
Correct.
When Aaron Glenn still has his job, like the expectations aren't high with the Jets. So why do you fire Pete Carroll after a one and done season? Because listen, the reason why I asked that is because now that the Giants fumbled the #1 pick and the Raiders have that, why don't you see what Pete Carroll can do with that #1 pick? That's just me, but go ahead, answer.
I don't know. I just don't think that Pete Carroll is going to ever get signed again. The guy's 70 years old.
I don't know if I would say
He's
that.
74.
73. No,
Dude.
73.
Who's he leading?
I think
Who's he
he's-
leading to a championship
check-
at 73?
Check that stat.
Who's he
but I
leading?
think
My
he's
mind went
73.
somewhere with what you said, but that's okay.
Yeah, but look
I know.
how long the Raiders have been bad. They've been bad for a while. So you got to look at like the ownership. Is that owner?
You saw what they did with Tom Brady today. He's almost the GM. He's like,
Yeah.
good.
is like this close.
They
to
need
being-
something. They need something
Yeah.
different. That organization.
He's dancing
has
with
been
Alex
terrible.
Earl all night.
It's terrible.
That was very interesting. But while we're on that, guys, because like this is just flowing so well. Let's talk about Black Monday. Let's look at the coaches that lost their job, which we saw coming. Let's first starting off with Raheem Morris. Zach, you called that, and that was no surprise that Raheem Morris
Didn't
lost
call
his
that.
job. You called that. And then obviously we just touched on Pete Carroll. I will tell you, Kevin Stefanski was not a surprise, but what I will tell you is that guy is probably the #1 candidate to
Yep.
get a head coaching job.
100%.
Kevin Stefanski for sure.
Yes.
Two-time
Yes.
coach of the year,
Yes.
by the way.
Yes.
Winner of that.
I have no problem with Kevin Stefanski. Like the Raiders, the organization is the problem, not the coach. And
Yeah, that organization's terrible.
And you're going to see a coach like that, and there's a couple out there that have just got released that may flourish in another organization.
Well, what I was surprised about, I will tell you, Zach, the one that we never touched on, and you love saying his name, Jonathan Gannon was a surprise to me.
Yeah.
I was surprised with that because we never talked about John Gannon potentially being fired.
I will say this one stat. He went 15-36 with the Cardinals. I mean, what are you expecting to keep your job? I mean,
That's true.
You know what I mean?
No quarterback.
But what's his name?
Yeah, but how did they paid him? What do you mean? They paid Kyler Murray.
Yeah, but he's not good enough.
You don't think he's going to even play next year?
I don't know. I think that situation has run its course with Kyler Murray.
I don't know what's wrong with him.
He hasn't won enough. It's like Tua, enough. Move
But he's
on.
also gotten 2 coaches fired now.
yeah.
He
Who's
has.
the first one? Bruce Arians?
No, what's his name with the Commanders? Your boy with the
Not
Commanders.
Dan Quinn.
No, the OC with the Commanders.
Oh, Cliff Kingsbury.
He got Kingsbury fired.
Well, Cliff Kingsbury got himself
Yeah.
fired.
Well, I'm just saying that he's had
Cliff Kingsbury is not a coach.
he's had him, and now he's had Jonathan Gannon. So for me, it's like Kyler Murray, has he just run his course too? Because a lot of people are saying that he would be a great candidate as far as quarterback goes with the Miami Dolphins, but it's just like I get the whole one man's X is another man's treasure, but that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't want Kevin Stefanski with the Miami Dolphins, because I'm looking at what he did with the Cleveland Browns. It's like, give me some fresh blood. Give me some fresh blood. Give me some Ben Johnson blood. Give me some of that.
Unfortunately, there's none of them.
Right, but you
We missed out with Mike Vrabel with that sweepstakes.
I
sat out of here.
all of that.
I
He
was
sat out of
screaming-
here for that job.
I was screaming for him a couple years ago, but
He's great.
I love Mike.
Tennessee messed up that
I
organization.
like
They messed up that organization
This is
so
so
bad.
bad.
Malik Willis, you just lost. You got
Derrick
rid of him.
Henry.
Derrick Henry. I mean, like, what is wrong with AJ Brown? Think
Dude.
about it. That team is
Jonnu
messed
Smith,
up so bad.
I know you weren't big on Jonnu, but I'm just saying that was Jonnu's coming out party.
It was
That
6
team-
yards last night. Amazing.
Okay. That team had we won't go in there. That team had a solid, they've had some good studs play for that team, but we also know that the Tennessee Titans is where wide receivers go to die. We also know that as well. But while we're speaking on head coaches, let's stay on that topic for a second. After the 2026 season, these are a few of the coaches that could be on the hot seat going in. Let's say that Mike McDaniel survives, right? Which it looks like he is, right? Because he didn't get fired today. Mm-hmm. Mike McDaniel is he's my number one candidate as far as head coaches that would be on the hot seat after the 2026 season if he does not get fired during the 2026 season. He's my number one candidate. My number two candidate, because I definitely think that not like Pete Carroll, but Aaron Glenn, he got a pass after this 2025 season. But again, Jets are a dumpster fire. If they have a crappy season, Aaron Glenn would be my number two candidate. But this is the one I want to talk to Zack Smackz about. I told you this. Sean McDermott with the asterisk mark. I guarantee you, if they are a wild card exit first round, Sean McDermott will not make it till the 2026 season. And I told you that. And the reason being is we've seen enough of the Josh Allen, Sean McDermott experiment. He will be fired after the 2026 season or even before.
I mean, if he gets bounced in the wild card, yeah, I agree, he's out. There's just no way.
There's no chance that he survives that. You have Josh Allen, who is not a game manager.
I think it's an organizational problem. I think that they have no wide receivers. That is an organization that is void of any good wide receiver.
Keon Coleman can't even get on the field.
I think it's bigger than Sean McDermott. I don't think Sean McDermott's bad. I think
no one thinks he's bad.
I just think that that organization has failed Josh Allen, because Josh Allen to me is the best quarterback in football.
I wouldn't say that, but he is.
He's in the top three.
Of course.
He's the top three quarterbacks.
Of course.
I have to say he's the number one right now in my opinion, just because he hasn't gotten injured.
So let's do recency bias. No, and I agree with you guys. Thank you for bringing me back to reality. The reason why I agree with you on that is because Patrick Mahomes is not in the playoffs. So I'm going to go based on recency bias, like we always like to say. Let's go based on the quarterbacks that are actually in the postseason. So maybe I will go with Josh Allen. Yeah. But are you putting Josh Allen above Matthew Stafford? And if you are doing that, are you doing it because of age?
Yeah, 100% because of age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
100% because of age. And Matthew Stafford is throwing to the best receiver in the NFL. It's not close. And Devontae Adams with his best season ever at 30-something years old. And he's got 16 touchdowns and didn't even play the last 2 weeks.
And he's got one of the top coaches in
football. One of the top coaches, one of the best line, one of the best defensive lines. I mean, that team's a juggernaut. And I've been saying it, and I'm going to keep saying it. They're winning the Super Bowl. I don't care if they're the 7 seed, the 1 seed, the 20 seed. They're winning the Super Bowl. They're going to play Denver. They're going to win. I'm going to win $9,000, and I'm going to give $100 to you guys.
Okay, there you go.
You don't have to, because you and I have the same bet. We picked it together.
Okay, I'm going to give back. I'm going to give back to the people that watch. I'm going to give $100 to you if that bet cashes. Okay, and we'll get the disclaimer going in a little bit there. But I'm going to give $100, and I'm going to get Ben some what's up on the house.
Ooh,
all of us here.
The last guy I wanted to touch on, who would be on the hot seat after the 2026 season, even if they stay healthy. Even if they don't stay healthy, it's going to be Dan Quinn.
Yes.
If Jaden McDaniels, even if he's not healthy,
horrible.
What?
He's always been horrible.
Dan Quinn's horrible. He's a defensive. He's a good defensive coordinator.
He's a terrible head coach.
Some head coaches are just meant to be.
He was awful in Atlanta. Remember when that was when we went?
Got him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Got him to the Super Bowl.
But once again, it's an organizational thing that gets
that
you
team
to
was
the
so
Super
stacked,
Bowl.
bro.
He's just.
That was Julio Jones.
He
right?
is just not a head coach. And Zack, you have Zack Taylor on this list, don't you?
No,
I did not have him on that list, but he did survive 2025.
Shockingly, but I don't believe in him because he's Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks too. Like when I say top 3, Allen.
I got some.
Why you don't believe in
No,
him?
no. I agree with you. I apologize. Like it had nothing to do with what you were saying. You made me think of somebody else when you said Zack Taylor. Why has not anyone mentioned Kevin O'Connell? Why is that, though?
He's good.
Yeah, he's a great coach.
Okay, so why is Zack Taylor not good? Because I tell you, as soon as Joe Burrow came back, that team, if Joe Burrow starts the season, that team's in the postseason.
I agree.
So why isn't Kevin O'Connell getting the same heat?
Because I got it very simply.
Go ahead.
I got it very simply here.
Good.
The Bengals organization is the worst organization in football.
No, the Miami Dolphins are.
Okay, fine.
Okay, the New York Jets are, but okay.
Oh, that's true.
The New York
Jets are number one.
Right.
Hold on, I'm losing my thoughts here. The Cincinnati Bengals are one of the top 3 worst organizations in football.
Yes.
They do not care about their defense one bit. They don't care to win football games, hell,
Okay.
to be honest with you. So that's the reason why he's not going to lose his job, because they don't give a
Oh, you're saying Zack Taylor won't lose his
they
job.
don't care if he's there. You know what? You know what they're saying? I don't want to pay 2 coaches. We've already extended you. You know what? I'm going to ride with Sucky. I'm just going to ride with the guy who's going to suck.
Do you know
Kevin O'Connell is a great coach. Quarterbacks love playing for Kevin O'Connell, and players love playing for Kevin O'Connell.
Listen,
and he will be safe for a very long time.
They finished 9-8, which was shockingly. They disappointed me, but Kevin O'Connell
Fired up.
I love Kevin O'Connell. I think
Kevin O'Connell.
I think he's a real deal.
The Bengals are a joke.
Yeah.
That's the one. I'm glad we're not Bengals fans or Jets fans. But the Jets, let's talk about the Jets. You brought up the Jets, Kari. Do you know that they're the only team in NFL history to not have an interception?
Not one.
The whole year.
Not one.
The whole year.
The whole year.
They
Not
got
one
close
10
against the
pass,
Dolphins.
nothing.
They got close
That
against the
team is
Dolphins.
like, how do you even go to the games
I heard
and watch?
I heard that stat
Brady
this-
Cook.
I
We're
He's
gonna
going to
get
be
trashed
working
in
at
the
Lowe's.
comments.
I heard
He's
that
going to be working
stat
at Lowe's.
I heard that stat this morning, and I was shocked. I never even heard of that. That
No.
a team does not have an interception. And Aaron Glenn was a defensive back. That's crazy.
Guru.
That guy is all over
Crazy.
that. Did you see that one? I think they beat Atlanta or whatever.
When he was
And,
there.
Yeah, he was dancing, and then he takes him in the locker room. Do you want to fly with the Jets? And everyone's just like,
No.
no one wants to play here at all. Your field sucks. Your city sucks. We'll leave it at that.
Listen, you're wasting
Everything sucks.
You're wasting you're wasting Garrett Wilson's prime. I mean, he's young. I shouldn't say prime, but you're wasting Garrett Wilson's talent.
Brees Hall.
Number one, Brees Hall. Yeah, he's solid. But like, it's just like, to me, I mean, you don't like Justin Fields, so I feel like, I don't want to say it's personal, but I do think Justin Fields could be a solid backup somewhere else. I just think that the Jets is just a dumpster fire, and we know that. You literally got other podcasters; they're literally switching teams. I don't know if you know Joel from Pick
I
a
saw
Side.
that. I saw
Joel
that.
is now a Packers
I know,
fan.
I saw that.
And then he's also a Seahawks fan because I'm a Sam Darnold fan.
Yeah.
I will never. You could pay me. I'm trying to think. I don't even know if there's a dollar amount. You couldn't pay me $10,000. Maybe you could pay Papa Smackz. I will never stop being a Miami Dolphins fan. It's a toxic relationship, but I love them, and I will continue to support my
He'll
team.
always be a fan too.
Listen,
No, I don't know about that, dude.
that is
Not
so-
watching
that
games is
so
kinda
not-
criminal.
Listen, that is so not true. Listen,
not a fan.
I was born when? Many years ago, right? I've been a Dolphin fan since I was a baby. I've always been a Dolphins fan, but it's very frustrating when you can't even win a playoff game in the 21st century. It's crazy.
I understand that.
It's crazy.
But again, that's why I give gratitude to the
25
Cleveland
years.
Browns organization. I give gratitude. Look at the Detroit Lions. They had no promise for years. No promise for years. But then you got a guy like Jared Goff, Dan Campbell, all those guys. They come in. Obviously, Matthew Stafford showed them promise, but
St. Brown, late round pick.
but what I'm saying is, you just got to be patient. You've already seen the winning seasons. You're literally
How
preaching.
patient can I be?
You and I,
25 years.
you saw the good years. Zach and I have not seen anything, and we're so loyal.
Yeah.
We're so
That is so
loyal.
funny, though, patient.
We're setting money on fire
That is so
to
funny,
support
dude.
this team, and you're literally like, "Oh, who's Tyrell Dodson? I don't know who that. That's a problem."
Listen, after a while, you do check out on this team, and you
I'm
start-
never checking out. I'm
you
never
have to.
checking out. No.
because the problem for me.
Go switch
is-
your team.
No. The
switch
problem for me is two things. Not only do you not win in the 21st century, but you got an owner. And thank God they got rid of Chris Greer.
I know.
That was probably the best thing that
Yeah.
ever happened to this team is they got rid of Chris Greer. Let's see where it goes.
And
but we-
Steve's like, oh, that was a bad decision.
There's so many bad
say that.
decisions. He was
Shout
such
him
a
out.
bad GM. It's not even funny how bad he was.
He was the worst.
He is the equivalent when Isaiah Thomas was the GM for the New York Knicks.
Basketball.
That's how bad he was. He was so bad of a GM.
You said they had the most money, right? And they were the worst.
The most salary cap, the most amount of salary cap, and the highest draft capital. That says it all.
And they were terrible.
And they didn't win a playoff game. What the hell? That's crazy. Go.
No. I love everything that you're saying. I just love the way we keep segueing. We're segueing.
Yeah,
Chris
Chris
Greer
Greer
You know
is
what?
insane.
Let's do this. I want to go to the teams that disappointed us the most
Yep.
versus the teams that impressed us the most. And I think the way that we can start is let's just go for teams that impressed us the most one by one, and then we'll go to teams that disappointed us the most.
Okay, so hold on. With that being said,
And I got
do you want to say all of us say our teams and then we explain, or we say our teams and explain and then it moves on?
However,
It's your show, baby. However
Okay.
you wanted to
You
do
go.
it.
All right,
Go.
so
I'll
let's
be
all
last.
say, let's just run through the teams.
Go.
2 seconds. The teams that impressed me the most: Jags.
Okay.
Go ahead.
My team that impressed me the most was the Chicago Bears.
Seahawks.
Okay.
By far.
So, all right, great. So now I'm going to go back to the Jags. Why did the Jags impress me the most? The Jags were terrible last year. The Jags somehow win that division. Incredible. Liam Cohn comes in there. Trevor Lawrence with the grills looks incredible this year. Travis Hunter, who they traded up for, got him with the 3rd pick, didn't even play. I mean, he played 4 games this year. Travis Etienne had another great year. Their backup, Tutin, looked incredible. I may have mispronounced his name. And Brian Thomas had a down year, but yet they're still good. Brian Thomas looked like Malik Neighbors last year. And look at them this year. Look at them. The defense is incredible. Everything about that team is humming right now. They're going to win next week. And I think that team is a really bright spot. They're not going to beat the Broncos, but they're going to have a really good year and be good for years to come.
Listen, I don't have to say as much as you just did about the Jags when it comes to the Bears. The Bears finished 5-12 last year. To finish 11-6, the Chicago Bears with Roma Dunze. Just look at the roster of that team. They have a solid defense, of course, but to just see that they've made Caleb Williams Caleb Williams has made them look even better this year. I'm impressed with the Bears. No one had the Bears in the postseason. No one, I can guarantee you, no one on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want, MySpace, no one had the Chicago Bears making the postseason, finishing 11-6.
This guy did.
No way you did.
He did.
I was
For gambling reasons, you didn't really believe
no,
that. You like the odds.
Let me tell you something. There was 2 coaches that I believed in this year, and then I missed on one, and that's the surprise, who I think is the most surprising team, is Mike McDonald.
Yeah.
Of the
Seahawks. He's great.
And the reason why I say the Seahawks is best division in football.
Yep.
3 of the top teams in football are close to it. There are 3 teams that are in the playoffs, all great records: the Niners, the Rams, and the Seahawks. And the Seahawks prevailed. I mean, what does that say?
With
the guy knows how to
first-year
win.
quarterback.
With
First-year quarterback to that team.
yeah, first-year quarterback with that team. Darnold played well. He managed the game well. They had a great defense. They just reminded me of the old Seattle defense.
So tell us why you picked the Patriots as your most impressed team.
I don't know if they were the most impressed.
That's who you chose, though, right?
No.
Who did you say?
I'm
sorry. I thought you chose the Pats.
They were the most surprising. They were
Right, most impressed team. That's
I would just listen. I believe in. I always look
They
at
won
coaches
4 games
first.
last year.
That's why I hit that lotto ticket for 72 to 1 shot. Why I looked at all the coaches. I love Ben Johnson. As soon as they hired him, my coach Zack, that guy's the man. That guy was the man. I knew it. I watched the Lions last couple of years. I was rooting for that team. And then when he came over there and I heard his press conference, I knew that guy was going to bring a winner to that team. And I'm just saying that the Patriots, I believe in Vrabel.
Me too.
I wanted Vrabel on the Dolphins, but it just didn't. The
timing
stars
didn't work out.
Right, exactly. But you got to, when you look at future picks, you got to look at the coach and quarterback, right?
Sure.
Those are the 2 things that matter. And you're going to find a team. And I'll give you my sleeper next year. As the season comes up in a few months, or I guess what is it? We're in January now, so I guess in August I'll tell you again who I think could be that coach and quarterback combination. But Drake May surprised me a lot. I didn't think he was going to be that good. And then they had really good running backs, Stevenson and
Mondre Stevenson and Henderson.
How do you not think that they're a surprise team?
Sure. All right, so let's move forward from that. The teams that disappointed the most. I mean, I'll let Zack go ahead and start.
Teams that disappointed me the most, I have to say the Buccaneers is my number 1 team that disappointed me. I mean, they were so promising to start the year 6-2, and then went 2-7 after that. Terrible. I mean, I know they had a lot of injuries on offense. receivers banged up. But I mean, that team, I don't know what happened. Baker Mayfield was like
He was
top
an MVP
three,
candidate.
top 3 in MVP voting, and then just completely crapped the bed there at the end. So I think the Buccaneers are a big disappointment. And of course, not winning that game against the Dolphins to be able to secure a playoff spot like that after beating the Panthers, and then have the Panthers just sweat a game to get in. It's crazy.
Which is a disgrace. We talked about that.
Big disgrace.
The fact that a team could finish 8-9 and still make the playoffs, that's a disgrace to the game. And I'm not hating. Listen, if it happened for the Miami Dolphins, I would be ecstatic. But obviously, that's not our division. We're not that crappy of a division. But the fact that you can finish 8-9, and it's been going on since Cam Newton was in the league, it is crazy to me. It's a disgrace to the game that a team can finish 8-9. But I will tell you, my team that has disappointed me the most this year were the Detroit Lions, finishing at 9-8. And the reason why, if you look at it, Detroit, they started 5-2 for the season, reached an NFC championship 2 years ago when they lost to the 49ers because Dan Campbell wanted to gamble and go for it, which I think that has allowed them not to be as good as they are because Dan Campbell likes to gamble a lot, just like Zack. Arguably, they have one of the best running backs in the league, obviously with Jahmyr Gibbs. You have Amar St. Brown as one of the best wide receivers. And then obviously Dan Campbell's a stud. Yes, they did lose Ben Johnson, but there's no reason why.
Glenn.
Yeah, agreed.
That's tough.
Let me tell you.
There's no reason that team should not be in the postseason, though. The Detroit Lions,
Agreed.
with the talent on that
NFC
team.
stacked.
Agreed with
Doesn't matter.
the talent, but the 2 points you guys just both hit on, when those two coaches went, I go, this team could get taken over. I honestly though, and it's the guy who got fired first. Who got fired first? This is the team that's the most disappointing. What coach got fired first? And it wasn't even. They didn't. I don't think they waited till Monday. They did it Sunday.
I was thinking. Only person
Atlanta
I thought,
Falcons. They were talented, and they had 2 quarterbacks. Cousins is a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And
They had a top 5 passing defense.
Didn't have them on
and
my
they had
list.
a great running back. Their defense played great. How did this Drake London?
Yeah.
Pitts had a great.
Had his best year.
Why did that team
Yeah.
not win?
That's a really good
why
one.
that guy got fired because, and it's a shame because that division was easily available to win.
Of course.
It
That's
wasn't.
a disappointment
it was
for sure.
For sure, it was. They.
I
have
agree
to
with
be
that.
the
That's a really good
Falcons.
pick.
I didn't have them on my list just because my expectations weren't that high when they allowed my Miami Dolphins to secure their second win of the season. Well, I mean, we literally mollywopped the Atlanta Falcons. And I know it's just one Sunday, but my expectations were not that high of the Atlanta Falcons. I thought that they were a disgruntled franchise when they went ahead and they signed Kirk Cousins to that big contract, and then it went ahead to draft Michael Penix.
Yeah, it
to
was
me,
crazy.
I was just like, that franchise to me just wasn't serious. So I didn't have high expectations with the Atlanta Falcons to begin with, so that's why they didn't even make my list. I mean, I'll read my list really quick of the 5 teams that disappointed me were the Lions, Ravens, Commanders, Bucks, and then I put Vikings on there last, which you guys didn't seem to think that they deserved to be on that list, along with Kevin O'Connell. But
Vikings
Vikings
finished
disappointed
strong.
me. Just based on all the promise I saw last year, is why I
agree.
didn't add the
I
That's why I added the Vikings.
I had high expectations of that team.
I
too,
will
but
touch on one thing, though. I will touch on one thing on your point, Kahari. I actually had the Lions finishing right where they finished, to be quite honest with you.
Okay.
I thought that when Dan Campbell said that in the press conference, it couldn't have been a more real thing when he said, I want to redo that, Ben. I want to redo that clip because it's going to be a good clip. Hold on. Let me think.
We're not live.
Yeah, I know. What was I saying? Let me touch back on it. So, dude, I actually think that when you brought up the Lions, that was right where I had them. Because when Dan Campbell said in that press conference, he goes, it's going to be way harder to make it back here than it was right now. That really touched with me because it's so true. He knows what it takes to get to where they got to. And when he said that in that press conference, I thought, hey, that team does not have it. They put everything on the line that year that he went for it 100 times against the Niners and didn't make it. And I just think that team had its potential to shine. When you had them on the Super Bowl, I didn't think Kahari, I was telling you all the time, I didn't think there was anyone touching the Lions. I didn't think it was even close. Like how did they not win? They had everything in place
except for the injury bug.
Well, I mean, not even they had it more this year. The injury bug.
They did.
Oh, they lost their whole defense last year.
I mean, Zach's right about the injury bug. It was most this year.
Amon St. Brown went down. I mean, they had a bunch of tackles go down. They were thin on defense too.
But what I will say though, to your guys' point, I think that has worked against Dan Campbell's own demise. All that going for it and gambling. I just think that they win a lot more games if he didn't have that mindset as far as just going for 2 all the time or just going on 4th and 1. I get it. Like he's played the game, but at the same time, I think that to his own demise, he led his team out of the playoffs, in my opinion. I strongly believe that, actually.
Goff missed Ben Johnson dearly. He wasn't the same quarterback.
Yeah, Dan Campbell calling the plays is not it.
And it's not that. It's just that Ben Johnson's so damn good at it that Goff. When I was watching Goff, I was like, he wasn't great. And I'm a fan of Goff.
Dan Campbell's a cheerleader. He's the exact coach that you want to hype you up, get you ready to play the game. He's not a play caller.
No,
he's not a play caller.
He's a leader.
He's a leader of men.
That's exactly who I want.
You can't have Dan
coach.
Campbell calling the plays.
I want him.
Of course.
I would take. He would always be my head coach.
Me too.
And I would make sure I'd get damn good coordinators.
Oh, the good news is we had him.
Yeah.
Bad news is
We've had a lot of people.
There's plenty of them that have been successful everywhere.
Hey.
It's almost like the Jets quarterbacks. They're always good elsewhere.
Ethan, let's play a game, Ethan. All right, so I'm going to do a segment with Zack, Smackz. We're going to do a confidence tier. It's going to be can win the Super Bowl, would surprise me, would shock me, absolutely no chance. We're going to play this with Zack Smackz. He has 14 different teams that are in the playoffs that we're going to go ahead and name. I'm going to keep track of them. He only has 3 spots when it comes to can win the Super Bowl. All righty? So, starting off, I'm going to hit you with the Seattle Seahawks. Are they win the Super Bowl, surprise me, shock me, absolutely no chance?
they can win the Super Bowl.
Okay, so Seahawks, you have already filled out one of your spots. You only have 2 remaining for that. Chicago Bears, surprise me, shock me, no chance.
Would shock me.
Shock me, okay. Bears, already. The Philadelphia Eagles.
Eagles.
Surprise
Honestly,
me, shock
dude, they
me,
would
no
surprise me. They would surprise me.
Okay, so that is the Eagles. Okay, dang. Alrighty, Carolina Panthers.
Absolutely no chance.
Alrighty, and the Los Angeles Rams.
They are going to win, so you could put that right on number 1.
All right, we only have one more spot left, just so you know, for
Fine.
win the Super Bowl.
We don't even need it.
All right,
Go ahead.
the San Francisco 49ers.
Let me tell you, they would surprise me, but not really. But I'm just not going to put them as a contender.
Go ahead and put them in the surprise me category,
Yep,
though.
I'm out of those.
Alrighty, so you are out of those. The Green Bay Packers.
Absolutely no chance.
No chance? You threw them there?
Nope.
No
No chance.
Wow.
They're not going to get out of round 1. They're gonna
Wow,
Chicago champs.
I'm really impressed with that. Denver Broncos.
can win the Super Bowl.
Wow, so you are all out of win Super Bowl.
And be in the Super Bowl.
And we're gonna revisit this, obviously. Alrighty, the New England Patriots.
Absolutely no chance.
Wow, you have a thing against teams that start with the P.
They've played no
Panthers,
one. They beat the
Packers,
Bills. Congrats.
Patriots. Absolutely no chance. Alrighty, and, I can't get over this. And the Jacksonville Jaguars. Surprise me, shock me, absolutely no chance.
Well, I'm out of surprise me, so let's just put it in shock
I'm sorry.
me.
Yeah.
Let's put it in shock me.
Alrighty. So we are putting the Jags. Alrighty. The Houston Texans.
Would shock me.
Okay. So the Texans, you only have one more spot left for that.
Yep.
Buffalo Bills.
Would shock me.
All right. That's a good spot for them. I agree with you on that one, brother. The Los Angeles Chargers. You only have no chance
That's
left.
it.
I'm
No
sorry.
chance.
So let's go ahead and finish that off. So I'm going to revisit this. So we have the Chargers, and who am I missing on this list? Did we fill them all in?
Chargers.
I'm missing somebody. No?
You did Chicago Bears?
We did do the Chicago Bears. Alrighty, so Ethan, clip this. So can win the Super Bowl. We have the Seahawks, we have the Rams, we have the Broncos. Would surprise me, we have the Eagles, and we have the 49ers. And then absolutely no chance. Oh, I'm sorry. And would shock me, we have the Bears, the Jags, the Texans, and the Bills. And absolutely no chance. Zack Smackz said the Panthers, the Packers, the Patriots, and the Chargers. I don't hate it. I actually like your list a lot. I honestly, there's nothing I would change about the can win the Super Bowl until we do our bracket later. Then I'll look hypocritical because I got a good bracket that doesn't align with that. But all right.
Not bad, bro. Listen, at the end of the day, here's the situation. New England Patriots, have they played well? Yes. Are they 14-3? Yes. They're not going to the Super Bowl. They're not even going to get past round 1.
Okay.
They're not going to get past round 1. They have a
love
really
that.
good season, but they don't have the experience. They don't have the personnel to do so. Stephon Diggs is on hole number 17 in his career. I don't think that team is going to get very far in the playoffs whatsoever. I think they're out round 1.
I think it would take a long time for each one of us to do our playoff bracket, so I don't know how you want to do this, but I mean, it's your show, baby. Let's hear who you got.
Yeah, let's just do it. And just so you guys know, which we cannot confirm or deny, but potentially this bracket may be off if the Broncos are playing a lower seed. This is what we got from CBS Sports. They've done it live on the air multiple times, so I don't think that they'd be putting something out that wouldn't be for anyone that's going to come for us in the comments. But here we go. Kahari, I'm going to open it up with you.
All right, so AFC, Broncos have a bye week. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go. Listen, anybody that won that game last night, Ravens versus the Steelers, they were just asking for an L. I believe the Texans will beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. I believe in the wild card round, they will beat them. So I'm going to go with the Texans, right? So then after that, we're going to go down one. I'm going to ask you, Zach, out of the Jaguars and the Bills, who do you have coming out of that?
Out of the Jags and the Bills, I got the Jags coming out of that.
Me too.
As a road dog.
Me too.
As a road dog.
Alrighty.
What about you, Dad? You got
Papa
that
Smackz.
I do like the Jags.
Okay.
I like the.
You have the Texans as well?
I do. The Broncos, Jags, and Texans are the three teams that you should be that will do damage in the playoffs.
Let's skip down a little bit. Papa Smackz, who do you like out of the Patriots and the Chargers?
Chargers are banged up. Patriots win, but I wouldn't put past the coach of the Chargers.
All right, so I'll stay on the AFC.
It's a toss-up, that game.
I have, you guys aren't going to like this. I actually have the Texans advancing past the Broncos. Call me crazy, but their defense is just so juggernaut. So are the Broncos as well. But I'm going to go with the Texans versus the Jags in the AFC Championship game.
Not terrible. I do believe it's Sean Payton's year to get to the Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to win it, but
It's a crazy call. I mean, I can see it. They went on a crazy run. Houston,
Jags, dude.
But any of those, I said any of those three teams, Broncos, Jags, Broncos, Jags, Texans. Wouldn't surprise me one bit.
I would say Texans right now are the biggest dark horse that actually have a chance that could win.
Defense wins championships.
Texans.
Defense,
yeah. They have the only problem with them. I mean, Woody Marks is okay, but their run game is a little bit shaky. Nick Chubb's inactive a lot. I mean, the guy's way on the back nine of his career. But I mean, if C.J. Stroud can find Dalton Schultz the way he's been finding him, and Nico Collins can play well, and Jaden Higgins, dude, what a surprise he is. Dude. He's been incredible this year for them.
If C.J. Stroud plays well, watch out because that defense is great.
They're the most legit dark horse right now.
Okay, so let's jump over to the NFC. So obviously, we have our finalists when it comes to the AFC. Let's jump to the NFC. So obviously, Seahawks are on a bye, but then you have the Panthers and the Rams in the first round. Who y'all got? It's the obvious answer.
Rams.
All right, so we got the Rams. Let's jump down. We got the Eagles and the 49ers. That's a toss-up. That's a coin flip, as Zach would say.
I got the Niners.
Me too. Me too.
Just don't think the Eagles have shown enough consistency this year, and I think
I go with the better coach, San Fran. But honestly, you said the Eagles and what you're talking about, the Eagles and Niners.
Eagles and Niners.
That's a tough game, but I'm just gonna go with the coach. I'm gonna go with Shanahan's a great coach.
Yep.
I agree with we agree so far. Bears and Packers.
Bears are going to get that done at home, dude. That crowd's going to be, there's people going to be standing in front of people in that game.
Oh, my gosh.
That game is going to be the biggest game that Chicago's had in 20 years.
I think the
Packers are banged up.
I think the Bears are going to run it down their throat because the Packers won't be able to stop.
Packers are banged up, too.
They are.
Jordan Love's hurt, too.
If the Bears run the ball and Ben Johnson's a really good coach, the problem is that always these teams that surprise you and then they win their division, I see them crap out in the first round.
They could.
Often. It happens a lot. It happens a lot when you get to the playoffs. But I like to root for them. I'm rooting for Ben Johnson. I'm rooting for the Bears.
Before we move on, I would say I have the Bears, and I think that the Bears win. I'm going to put some big money on the Bears, but I could feel like this could be a little bit of a weird spot for them, a little bit stage is too big kind of spot.
Right.
So that's disclaimer on that.
My confidence isn't high with that team, but I'd like to see them win.
I think Caleb Williams throws a pick in that game.
I like that. Please bet that. Yeah. Add that to a parlay. I think that happens for sure.
Okay.
The noise will be too big. The lights will be too bright.
Agreed.
There you go. Bears and Niners. If those two teams advance, Bears and Niners, who we like out of that?
Niners.
Niners? I like the Niners too, actually. I
put the Bears.
I mean, hey, I like that. And then obviously, with that being said, so NFC Championship game, we have the Rams versus the Niners.
I have the Rams.
I sure hope so.
So obviously we have Rams. So based on my bracket, not to speak for you two, Kahari had Texans versus the Rams in the Super Bowl, and I have the Rams beating the Texans in the Super Bowl.
Not a bad choice.
Not a bad choice at all.
Listen, any one of those teams in the AFC that
let me tell you, that'd be a great Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That'd be a great Super Bowl.
Non-expected Super Bowl.
Because, think about it, right? You're asking the Texans D, who's been so good with Sting Lee, and oh my God, that team is just disgusting.
No weaknesses on defense.
Donnell Hunter and Will Anderson collapsing on you every play. I think both of them have 12 sacks this year. It's it's just stupid. It's dumb.
It's a well-built team.
Ethan, please chop that up so well. I think we gave you a lot of good content.
Yeah.
We'll try to come up
all
with
over the board,
timestamps, but that was really good.
That was good.
That was good.
We all got the Rams here, huh?
Yeah, we all got the Rams, so we know who the Super Bowl
hoping.
winner is already.
Yeah.
It's wide open.
I don't see why not, though. You have Puka Nacua, arguably the best wide receiver. He has Devontae
I'd say
Adams.
it's arguably at this point.
I mean, you got Devontae Adams, obviously. That. There's no reason, and Matthew Stafford's such a stud. Sean McVay is no spring chicken.
Don't count Seattle, man. The Seattle's defense is
dude.
Seattle's defense, and they got the number one seed.
You know Darnold in big games.
Yeah.
He only can take you so far. Look at what he did last year. 14-3 with the Vikings.
Almost lost to Father Time as well. He almost lost to the Colts.
Yes, Phillip Rivers.
He almost lost. So I just don't trust him. I think towards the end of the season, I just feel like Sam Darnold has just been crapping the bed. He just doesn't look that solid. He started off really hot, but I don't trust Sam Darnold to get it done over Matthew Stafford. So with that being said, the Rams are going to win. But
I like it.
Since we're talking about the Rams, let's talk about MVP odds.
Yes.
Zach? Let's talk about MVP.
I was actually very surprised that it shifted back towards Stafford this week. Obviously, with that disappointing game that he played in against Atlanta, the odds really shifted to Drake May was the favorite. Now, Stafford, after that game against the Cardinals, -170. Drake May's +145.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, this stuff is normally pretty accurate because they know who's going to win. I would say that, I would never bet -170 on MVP ever, but I would say Stafford is going to win MVP.
Your dad, just so you know, when I put this paper out with the odds, your dad was licking his chops with Trevor Lawrence at
250 to 1.
I love that. I love that.
I like that too.
It's not going to happen.
It's never going to happen. They determine it.
But I got to tell you, he's had a special year.
He has. After having a down year.
Think about this. What Zack said before. Think about this. He said Brian Thomas non-factor. Nothing has been really great for them. He's willed this team to the AFC Championship.
13-4, you knew that?
Yeah,
I thought it was 12-5.
No, I knew that. I knew that.
They've been and the coaches. That coach is pretty good. That's the new GM.
8 in a row.
Isn't that the new GM that came from San? They
got a new GM. It's a young dude, I think.
Yeah, that's the one that beat the San Francisco guy out. Yeah, the GM out.
Listen, I mean, that team.
Let me tell you guys, though, why Matthew Stafford wins the MVP over Drake May. Let's just look at statistics. Stafford had the toughest schedule of the playoffs, or is going to have the toughest schedule of the playoffs. He has had the most points offensively, most touchdowns, and most passing yards. You tell me why Stafford should not be the MVP. 46-8 leading in yards. Or I'm sorry, 46 leading in yards. And
46 touchdowns.
46 touchdowns, exactly. And then the Patriots, to me, to your point, Zach, has had the most cupcake schedule. You look at Drake May. He has had 696 passing yards thus far, 2 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions, versus Matthew Stafford, 1,879 passing yards with 20 touchdowns and only 1 interception.
In their last how many games did you get that stat from?
I did not. I just pulled it off Polymark Football, baby. That's all. That's all I did. I'm just going based on it. But all I'm saying is Matthew Stafford should be unanimous MVP. Drake May has his time coming, but I would give it to Matthew Stafford.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Tom Brady actually picked Matt Stafford as well.
He did.
Drake May.
He did. He did. Yeah.
He said
where was that on?
Live on Fox.
Fox, yeah.
Wow.
And I agree with all those points. I mean,
listen, the guy's 37 years old.
Yeah, but
slinging the ball. Slinging.
You know what I was thinking? And I hate to go off a little off subject here, but how about a shout out to Myles Garrett, dude? Think about that. Think about this. Think about this guy, right? I know it was a 17-game season. He broke the record. Strahan did it in 16 games or whatever, but. The Browns are always playing from behind, so very rarely quarterbacks are coming have to throw the ball.
That's a fact.
Like that's how good Myles Garrett is. So good of a defensive end.
Insane.
He's unblockable. He is unblockable.
Yeah, he's like the one guy you could say is really unblockable.
He's just great. He's just great.
Yeah, Myles Garrett, 23 sacks.
What a great year for him. It's a shame that he's on the Browns, but he is such a great player. Great.
Got nothing wrong
And
to say
nobody
about
watches
that.
him. Nobody watches the Browns.
Yeah.
Except for Cleveland and his family. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, I mean, they have the best. They have some of the best loyal fans. I can't believe how
Yeah, they're
loyal.
great fans.
I
It's a
mean,
shame.
that organization is such a joke. There's so many joke organizations out there.
The Bears.
The Bears could surprise. We'll see what happens. But I think that's the show, boys. That's the show, right?
That's it.
Any last comments?
Hey,
We're fired up for this week, huh?
may the
Hey,
best
look,
man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll tell you something that I have a comment with. There isn't a better time than January. Think
No,
about it.
there's
We
not.
got UM football happening right here in South Florida. UM. We got UM football going for a national championship possibly. We got the Panthers that are
Row, 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 row. Getting healthy.
This is a
Getting
great
healthy.
time.
Beat
This
the
is-
Avalanche last night.
A big win. What's that? They're only their third loss of the
Without
season.
Chucky Barkey, we're coming back, baby.
how
We're
great-
getting healthy at the right time.
It's a shame we don't have the Dolphins in there, but those those two teams. I mean, it's great for South Florida.
Hey.
I mean, this is a great time of the year to be a South Florida fan in January.
Don't count
Agreed.
the Panthers.
Not to mention great weather.
Don't count the Panthers out. I was telling Zach, I said, listen, we're going to get healthy at the right time. The fact that we're still figuring out how to win games now,
Without Kachuk.
without Kachuk, without Barkov, without Gadjo,
Crazy.
it's crazy to me.
I agree.
Without Dmitry Kulikov,
That's how good that organization.
we have a good team. Bill
That's
Zito.
a great
Billy.
organization. Great organization.
And to wrap it up, speaking about the Florida Panthers, the Boots on the Ground parlay has cashed 3 out of the last 4 games. If you guys are not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. You hate money. Click this link right here. Subscribe to my picks. Start winning consistently. Start smacking these bookies around like I'm doing. And thank you all for tuning in. It's your boy Zack Smackz Kahari and my dad. Have a great night. Take care.
Good night.